Okay, today we are playing a game on Junkertown. We are in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing Sombra the entire way through, with special guest, my son, for probably like 5 seconds before he decides to leave. And look at this, we don't have to do any video editing again, because the team's just there. We're on Team 2. Isn't that incredible? That's the best thing about the replay feature so far. I have to do less work. Amazing. So, we've got a bunker comp, basically, but we've only got 1 healer and 3 DPS, or, well, some people would consider Sombra to be a support. I do not consider Sombra to be a support, at least not since they changed her, the health kit thing a while ago, where she no longer gets ult charge off of health kits that she's hacked, so she's massively less incentivized to just go around hacking health kits now. But anyway, some people would say that. It's, you know, it's a little bit awkward, but I mean, it's not the end of the world at the same time. So let's just start the game. So they've got a Reaper. Look at how we get to see with absolute clarity where they all are. How helpful for us. So we're up to no good, sneaking up behind them. And we've decided to hack the Symmetra. Massively low priority target to hack, because she's already, like, used her teleporter and sent her turrets off as well, so hacking Symmetra accomplishes pretty much nothing. So we could have just found somebody better to hack. We have managed to just kill Sombra. She decided not to use her orb for a while in there for some reason. And we managed to hack and kill Mercy as well, so we just killed both their supports, so great job, us. I'm not sure where our translocator is right now. Oh, God. Oh, gee, I'm so sorry. Oh, it turns out it's right there. That's a bit of a suboptimal place for it, because we've been quite low for a while at this point, and that's our escape right there. Right in front of the Reaper that we're getting into a scuffle with. So, I was operating under the assumption we'd put our translocator somewhere a little bit different to that, because I didn't remember where we'd placed it, but sadly not. So, we should have been disengaging to heal, actually set up a translocator somewhere, you know, hack the health kits in the vicinity while we're waiting for something to do. All that. So we've respawned. We've just managed to emp their whole team. Great. We were going for a bit of a cinematic camera angle while we were doing it, so we didn't see all the build up to it from our perspective. D.Va's a good one to hack right now because she does have self-destruct. Unfortunately, if we don't break her mech before the hack ends, it doesn't really accomplish much. Here goes the self-destruct. Didn't kill us. Hooray, we are really low. There we go, scuttling off. So I'm hoping we don't leave our translocator right there. There we go, off we go. Off to see the world. Okay. I'm not really bothered about leaving the translocator in the room, just as long as it wasn't right on top of the health kit, because then the enemy team would be able to see it just by, like, walking past the doorway, which is something scary. With this map specifically, the really good health kits to use, you can just look in and see if there's a translocator on them. So their Moira is after us right now, but we've managed to escape. Off we go again. We haven't put our... Okay, we got healed. So I was like, we're going in, like, really low health while we don't have our translocator down anywhere, but we've been healed up. We still don't have our translocator down anywhere, and we are... Like, we're just kind of front-lining at this point, which, I mean, isn't exactly the end of the world. Like, Sombra can do that. There goes the cat. Goodbye, my son. It was nice seeing you. Not exactly the end of the world to be playing on the front line as Sombra, because ever since they buffed her spread, giggity, she's kind of just like a slightly less damaged soldier with more utility, as far as that goes, but as far as I'm concerned, we should just still be like going in for the back line, trying to harass them. So we have managed to build up our ultimate, and we have a few ults to use at the same time. Unfortunately, Zarya doesn't have her ultimate, which would be the real big combo. That's our McCree. Our McCree is all the way back here. He is definitely up to no good. I think we might be on the console today, by the way. I'm not 100% sure. I'm mostly going off the names, because there's a lot of underscore numbers in there, so I'm assuming we're on the console. Can't actually tell from the UI when we're in the replays. So we hacked pretty much everybody. We didn't manage to get Mercy, but McCree is still over there, so as soon as he hears the MP, just pokes his face out and kills pretty much everyone. So great job, us. successful ult combo. Just shoot the Reaper. He's already used his Wraith form by that point, which would be the reason to hack him, and killing him is essentially like the best CC you can apply to someone, isn't it? There's no stronger CC than death. Oh, I thought we got like hit by something right there. Oh, that's our Zarya. right. I just saw the explosion at our feet, and I was like, oh, fuck, no. Moira, not as exciting to hack as, like, Reinhardt would be. We might be probably trying to get Reinhardt, and Moira just walked across right there, actually, upon reflection. Moira isn't, like, unless you can kill the Moira, hacking Moira isn't very exciting, unless you can kill her, or you're hacking her out of Coalescence, which is hard to do depending on the circumstance, but I think we were actually trying to get Reinhardt. So this is the thing with playing on the front line as Sombra, is it's just way harder to hack people, because they tend to be looking straight at you. And the big part of the reason to play in Sombra is the hack is a real good CC. So unfortunately, Symmetra's barrier is fucking us up at this point. We don't have Emp to use, so we can't break it, and people just kept disappearing behind it, so we couldn't hack them. He's fucking dead. Made a real good choking sound, even though he got immolated, but... Genji always goes, "Bwah!" regardless of how he dies, I suppose. So, their Reinhardt is real far up right now. Would be a good one to hack if we can get him. Nope, he's back with his team at this point. I mean, we're still inconveniencing him by hacking him and getting a lot of ult charge off of it. Our translocator just got destroyed. I'm not sure where we placed it, but that's a bit of a giveaway that someone's behind us, and we know they've got a Reaper on their team, so that's probably Reaper that's responsible. Unless we chucked it, like, behind them, but the UI looked like it was behind. Didn't get killed by self-destruct, nice. What happened? Alright, okay, so team color changed. I can see that happened. Is this, like, right before what just... Yeah, this is right before what just happened right there, and the teams have changed color. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. So what happened here was D.Va's like, hey, let's chuck this self-destruct in. And Symmetra's like, great idea. But she put a teleporter right there. So... Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, no. We gotta watch it one more time. But this time in slow motion. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, fuck, shit. Oh, damn. Shit. Well, now I'm just sad. Fuck. Alright, so we emped everybody. Great. Sad for them. Though D.Va at this point is already uninstalling the game right now. After obviously... you know, insulting Symmetra a little bit ahead of time. I mean, wouldn't you? I know I would. Anyway, I'm shook at this point. So I managed to hack Reinhardt while he's in the Graviton, so he's very fucking upset. We did see that Reinhardt's got Earth Shatter off that as well. Reinhardt's already a really good one to hack, but... given that we know he's got his ultimate right now as well, if we can just continually hack him, we will make his life extremely sad, because then we'll just end up delaying the Earth Shatter, hopefully, a lot as well. And if we can just delay him, then hey, that's even if he gets it off in the end, if we can delay it by, like, 10, 20 seconds, that just means he's waiting longer on getting the next Earth Shatter off as well. So... if somebody's got a real big ultimate and you know they've got it, just decide to bully them a little bit more. And Reinhardt's already a good one to bully independently of that. He did just use his Earth Shatter behind us right there, unfortunately. We keep ending up in these really awkward spots. We did walk, like, off the edge by accident here, it looks like. So now we're just, like, up here, like, oh, fuck, I gotta get away. And Moira's like, oh, no, 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 Sombra. I see you up there with, like, 20 health. Oh, okay, alright. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Did we get out of that with, like, 1 health? Oh, shit. We went down to actually 1 health before we picked that up. Oh, God. Alright, we got away with it, though. So our team are dead, so we've got to wait for them to regroup anyway. Reinhardt's used his ultimate at this point, so it doesn't really matter, that whole point I was making previously about bullying him. Now we're just bullying him for its own sake, rather than also delaying his ultimate. McCree's up to no good again. We've got Emp built up, so hopefully we can replicate what we just did previously. We're already in prime position. McCree is in slightly less prime position based off what we just saw over there. Oh, McCree is not over there anymore. Where's McCree at right now? He's definitely behind them somewhere. Here we go. Here comes the Emp. McCree's using Deadeye. Oh, he managed to get all the way up there. Ah, tragic. Symmetra managed to get her ultimate up. Did we... Where was she during this? Where's Symmetra? Oh, she was all the fuck way back. She was really far back. She was, like, over by the bend still. Damn. Didn't get D.Va as well, it looks like. Unfortunate. D.Va might have come out of the hack by that point, actually. Yeah, a shame we didn't get Symmetra in it, because that wall ended up fucking up McCree pretty bad as well. So good on Symmetra, at least, for actually managing to avoid the Emp. Because that was... looking to be a team wipe, but tragic. So we're very low right now. Did we drop off here, like, intentionally? Maybe not. We might not. Don't really want to drop down, like, right on top of the team fight when we're that low health. But we might have fallen off by accident. So, I don't feel like we've been terribly efficient this game overall. We've gotten a couple Emps off, but, like, we keep, like, jumping perspective, which for some reason is also really fucking me up just mentally. I don't know why, but I don't feel like we've been too terribly efficient this round. We managed to Emp them a couple times, so that's been nice, but it feels like we haven't been, like, harassing their backline all that much. We've been doing a lot of just, like, front lining as Sombra and just kind of, like, harassing and going for what hacks we can. Which isn't the end of the world, but for me, like, Sombra is at her most effective when you don't know where she's gonna come from. We could have, like, gone harder to try and kill this Moira right here. She is almost dead. We might be more interested in trying to get this Emp off, I suppose, but, like, that Moira is pretty free at that point, and just, like, killing their main healer is always gonna be really impactful. And then we can just come over here and Emp immediately anyway. I think I just knocked the table with the arm of my chair. I apologize. So yeah, we could have killed her right there. And then come over to do all this. And now she's using her ultimate up there. We've managed to get up high, trying to find her so we can hack her. Didn't manage to get her. May's like, nope, fuck this. Just started hacking her, but she went in the ice block. Where did we translocate right there? Oh, it just wasn't actually up there yet. It might have gone under, actually. Did it go under? It was going to go under, it looks like. So, yeah, it just misaligned the translocator. Very sad. Now we don't have our translocator. Didn't really translocate very far, but we just wanted to get out of the situation right there. Here's a general thing for you, Sombra. If you ever end up in a bad spot, you can just chuck the translocator straight up in the air. Let it get, like, a little bit of distance up. Don't push it immediately, because then you don't really move. But you can just chuck it straight up in the air. Teleport once it's got a bit of distance, and then cloak in the air. And then sometimes that'll get you out of a bad spot, because the enemy then has to guess where you're gonna go when you land, right? Because they know what you did. You translocated up and then went invisible, but they've then got to hit you while you're invisible to actually see you again, so sometimes that'll get you out of a sticky situation. The real play is to not be in that situation, but sometimes you're in it and just, like, chucking it up, because they have to gamble on getting you out of the stealth again. So if there's, like, nothing, like, if you just gotta, like, get out now, sometimes that'll work. But not super reliable, necessarily. So we're gonna go for a very subtle video switch now for the second round. And as you can see, this round is a lot shorter. Well, not a lot shorter, but it's shorter than the other one. So we're either gonna hold them real good or we're gonna get, like, fairly rolled over. So, have a vote now. Do we win? Do we lose? So the enemy team, what are they going? Do we stick with, like, the same team comp? Pretty much. We got a soldier now instead of a McCree. Got a Genji. We got one tank and 2 healers now, which, I mean, is fine, I guess. They've also got a Sombra. Who did we hack? Right there? Who did we hack? We hacked their Sombra? Their Sombra. I'd rather hack their Reinhardt than their Sombra, to be honest with you, because their Sombra at that point... Like, just hacking the Reinhardt would have been way more inconvenient than for Sombra. She'd already used her translocator at that point. If she was, like, behind us or in a more exposed position, hacking the Sombra would have been better to stop her using the translocator, but from that position, less impactful than just hacking Rhyme. See, this is the kind of spot where hacking Sombra is better, because she's going to want to translocate it out of that one kind of soon, but we were also fighting her, so it was going to be hard to get away with that one. So this has just been a real clusterfuck of a fight, to be honest with you. They do have a Hammond, so obviously we'll want to bully that man as much as possible. We did jump off to hack him. We jump off again. Why do we jump off here? I guess to try and hack Rhine. Don't want to jump off right here because we're already on the high ground, and, like, things are not going particularly well below us right now. Moreover, we could have just seen Rhine from the high ground and tried to hack him if that was the plan, rather than jumping down to him, because as soon as you're next to Reinhardt, he's not going to let you hack him anymore. So things could be going better. You know, I won't lie about that one. We've still got time to get back and try again. Here's their Hammond. Oh, no, he saw us, so we're not going to get away with that hack. Oh, we just got hacked. I think we saw the lines coming. Yeah, right there. So we would have to react fairly quick, because, like, we can stick it out and fight the guy for longer, but, like, we gotta get out as soon as we're about to be hacked, so we just basically gotta react to that one in time to get away with it, but, you know, things were already looking pretty scary, so hopefully we were hovering over the button anyway, and I mean, at this point I'm basically saying, react faster, which is not terribly helpful advice, but we know they've got a Sombra, so when we're in there up to no good, we've got to be ready to get out. Same reason we'd have to be ready to get out if, like, McCree suddenly looked at us, you know, because as soon as we can't translocate out, like, Sombra, we go for some pretty aggressive plays as Sombra, because the translocator is such a good escape. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, great. That was kind of disorientating. Didn't manage to get him the hack off before he pile drive by, like, 0.2 seconds. Very heartbreaking. And he's sad. And he's sad. Yeah, that's the reason to play Sombra right there, is to make the Hammond players sad. We also saw he had his ultimate there. I think we got everybody with that? Did we get everybody with that? No, we missed Symmetra. Oh, she's so far back. Holy shit. She's all the way over there again. So that barrier, significantly less good than the previous one. And Genji's using Dragon Blade anyway, so he wouldn't care about the barrier regardless. So at this point, after... oh, was that our translocator? Did I just sort of get pitched over there? Yep, I think that was ours. At this point, I would like to... After using the Emp, I would like to, at this point, jump up onto the high ground and get ready to hack people. Reason being, the enemy team is not really going to be able to reach us particularly easily if we're stood up, like, here. And then we can just shoot down at all of the people that we have just emped, and we can re-hack anybody, and they will be very hard for them to interrupt that hack because their team is quite short-ranged. rather than staying down here and just kind of, like, fighting it out with them, because now, down here, it's a lot harder for us to get the, hack off. And if we're up on the high ground, we can see Hammond coming through, hack him, because unfortunately we go backwards right on top of one of the mines. Oh, we didn't translocate right back onto the mine, but we appeared and then went, oh fuck, right as we walked into a mine, which is as sad, if not a little bit sadder. Because at least if you translocate right back onto the mine, you're like, well, I didn't know it was right on the translocator, you know? It's like when you are getting booped off a ledge and you manage to get your toe on, but tragically you just didn't think you were gonna do it and slide right off the edge again, you know? Doesn't that always just break your heart? It breaks my heart. So we've pretty much lost this checkpoint. You're probably getting a feel for what the outcome of this game is gonna be. It's getting very hard for us to really do much to their team at this point, because they've got a, Bridget going around, a Sombra going around, and a Moira going around. All of these people, like, are pretty good at, fucking us up. But they do have a Hammond and Reinhardt still. Plus, Bridget is also very sad to get hacked. I'm guessing, like, is this us, like, going backwards in time or something when this happens? It's very disorientating when that happens. This is the other Sombra we're watching now. Yes, I'm guessing we went back to check something. Oh, it was her getting shot in the face. Anyway, so Bridget's also very sad to get hacked. We just have to be careful when we do stuff around Bridget, you know? So we got Emp built up. We're going in for the Emp now, I think. Where are we? Here we are. No, we are not going in for the Emp because most of their team is dead right now. Our teams have changed colors between rounds, so, you know... We can't, for some reason, I don't know why, this video has just disorientated me a lot from, like, the changing perspective and the color changing. I don't know why. Maybe I'm having a stroke. That's probably the reason. I have at least one a day, you know, it's an ongoing issue I have. I just heard, no, it's our Widow that's we've got the Widow. I just heard Widow use Infrasight, so I was like, we gotta be real fucking careful now, but no, that's our Widow. Sometimes, you know, when you've got the Widow on your team, you still have to be careful of the Widow, you know? So we were after that Hammond pretty good, understandable, but we've ended up missing the engage at this point while we were doing this, so... We do want to hack the Hammond, no doubt, but we can't, like, go after one person to the detriment of the team fight overall. We are just, like, really after this guy. We just end up missing the start of the fight because of it. And here, we've just walked right up next to Bridget. To be honest with you, I'm already thinking I don't want to use my Emp on this team fight regardless, so I'd rather wait, because, like, let's just back it up to here. This is not a very hopeful sight, is it? Bunch of people just got Emp'd and Earth Shattered. So, this fight's pretty much already lost, and then Hammond does that as well. So I don't want to use Emp regardless, and I'd rather just back up and wait for a better, opportunity to... Emp them once our team has actually regrouped, because we've got a bunch of ults to combo with right now as well. I suppose not really combo, none of those are really, like, combo ultimates. We've got other ults to use while we use Emp, you know? It's alright, Emp itself is a combo ultimate, so it combos with everything. Unfortunately, we just got hacked. We really don't, like, want to get picked off right now, so I don't really want to be out in the open, like, doing anything. We're looking for their Sombra, doubtlessly, right now, but that, to me, is less important than just getting in position to use Emp as soon as possible, so, like, translocating up to the high ground to get in position to use Emp as soon as this team fight starts. So we do manage to Emp Symmetra's barrier this time, which is fucking sick, because that's made life difficult for us in the past, and hey, look at that. Oh, there were Symmetra's turrets, they were all gone. I was like, what the fuck is that? So she's upset about that one. Emp just did 5,000 damage. How sick is that? One of the only, like, 3 ways in the game that you can break Symmetra's ultimate, you know, because you got Emp, obviously, that's the easy one. Fun fact, Roadhog's ultimate does 4,928 damage, and Symmetra's ult has 5,000 health, so Roadhog can break it. And Bastion, obviously, you know. Bastion just does a fuck lot of damage, right? So, our team just got emped, but we didn't get caught by it. The enemy team, they don't have many ults to use with it at the same time, so even though she used the Emp, it wasn't too terrible. Unfortunately, their Reinhardt just earth-shattered both our healers, so this fight is suddenly looking a lot more bleak, even though it was looking pretty good a second ago. It's funny how just, like, killing both the healers will do that, isn't it? Oh, yep, oof, yeah, big spin. Reinhardt's like, I'm gonna get all these mines at once. And at this point, we gotta all just go one by one to touch the objective and hope for the best. We don't get in for our turn to touch. How tragic. And we're not gonna get to see play of the game because it's the replay. According to the email, apparently it was actually a Moira that got it, not the McCree, surprisingly enough. So, I feel like just overall in that game, we didn't get a huge amount of value out of the Sombra pick. We spent a lot of time just kind of like randomly chucking damage into their front line. We didn't really spend a lot of time harassing the backline, really. We spent a lot of time like skulking around, not really doing too much. The thing is with Sombra is we're really just trying to farm ult as much as possible and hopefully pick people, if possible, but the main goal is to kill people if you can, but the real dream for Sombra is just farm ult charge as much as possible, and I feel like for the most part we just kind of like, we didn't feel particularly focused. It felt like we kind of spent a lot of time just like wandering around the periphery of the fight, just like waiting for something to happen for us to try and prey on, rather than really trying to make something happen. And to me, Sombra's always just at her strongest when you're spending a lot of time behind the enemy team, just coming at them from unpredictable angles, always making the supports and backline in general just like watch their back and play like really safe to avoid you. We didn't really hack that many like high priority targets over the game either. There are a couple times it looks like we did it by accident, where we were like trying to hack it looked like we were trying to hack Reinhardt at one point, and Moira just walked in front of us as we pushed the button. Very unfortunate, but it didn't feel like we got a huge amount of value out of our hack over the course of the game. Like we hacked the Symmetra right at the start of the round. We hacked who else did we hack? We hacked a Moira at one point. Well, no, there was another point we hacked a Moira when we could have hacked a tank instead. Moira in general, just like unless you think you can kill the Moira, isn't really too heartbroken to get hacked a lot of the time, just because she can still use the suck and the heal, so that's kind of the big thing. So it's mostly stopping her from using Fade a lot of the time, so unless you're in like a really good position to get her, Moira just ends up being a pretty low priority target. Right at the start of the defense round, we hacked the Sombra after she used her translocator outside their spawn, so that's less impactful than just hacking the Reinhardt while they're trying to get on the payload, you know? Stuff like that, so it feels like we spent a lot of the time just, like, not really leveraging Sombra's strengths, which are hacking people and just keeping the backline, like, constantly paranoid about us, because, man, when there's a Sombra just constantly unstealthing behind you, you're like, you get real sick of that one real fucking fast. We did get to combo Emp. Most times that we used it, the one time it was very unfortunate we didn't get the Symmetra. We got everybody except her, you know, that's sad. That using of the Emp could have been better in a couple circumstances. Not the Emp itself necessarily, but the follow-up to using the Emp, because ideally, like, you don't die when you use Emp. You kind of like, because that's why, like, translocating in to use the Emp is less exciting than if you have the translocator somewhere nearby. You stealth in and then Emp, and you can translocate to a better position and then continue in the fight. We didn't really die after using the Emp that much, but, like, the time we Emp'd them as they were pushing up through the path, we could have then Emp'd, gone up to the high ground, and then just rehacked whoever we thought was most important afterwards, and then just, like, used high ground. Because Sombra still likes high ground, right? Like, that close to people, being on high ground is still just really sick, especially if they're, like, a close-range team, so they can't really do anything about you. Like, Sombra's SMG has been buffed a lot of times. Like, Sombra also likes high ground at this point. And because if you're just kind of like imp people and then just stick around like in the melee itself, it makes it really hard to rehack the important people, and it makes it way more likely for you to die. So you kind of want to put a little bit of distance between and then start picking on like more people afterwards. Like, alright, now Emp Ryan, and now I'm gonna rehack Ryan so that he continues being sad right as the Emp's about to run out. So he just ends, like, ideally he spends 10 seconds being hacked, right? So the follow-up to using the Emp could have been better in some circumstances as well. But overall, it just felt like we weren't being terribly efficient. It didn't feel like we had a firm plan of what we were trying to accomplish. It felt like we were playing very reactively, whereas Sombra is one of those heroes that you can play reactively, but that's just not playing to, like, Sombra's main strength to me, which is trying to keep the enemy team on the back foot instead. You want them to be reacting to you as Sombra, rather than, like, reacting to them as Sombra. That'll just naturally happen a little bit more when you're defending, just because the defending team does typically react to the attacking team's actions, but even then, like as Sombra, we still want to be trying to maintain as much of an active role as possible, always trying to be working towards something, rather than just kind of bouncing around like, we'll see what we get today, which is kind of what it felt like over most of the game. Yeah, so there you go. So that's what I got for you. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, because you want to have Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I started streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 8 p.m. EST till midnight EST, and there's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.